Hey friends, I want to try something different today. I'm going to start workout, and use my Apple Watch to track. And because the other day I realized I was really close to 200 calories. So I want to see, okay, it's getting ready to get started. Okay, from right here, what's it going to take for me to do 200 calories? Now, calories to me, I have had a love-hate relationship with tracking calories. What I'm trying to do now is be able to acknowledge, have awareness of my calories, but more importantly, my macros, the things that are in the calories, the fat, the protein, what's the other one I'm thinking? Oh, and the carbohydrates. So that I make sure that I'm balancing out what goes into my body, because I definitely know that counting calories, counting points, which is still calories, all those different things that I did in my, I'd say after between 25 and 30, those would work for a period of time if I was really dedicated and, stayed on it and just reduced the number. That doesn't work for me anymore. And different body, different age of life, different all the things, right? So I want to try, when I'm going to adjust this. I'm bouncing over here today because I'm bouncing later than normal, and the sun is like baking the spot where I normally bounce on the concrete. So I'm over here for some more shade. What was I going to say about that? The calories. So I want to be aware that I'm putting in, let's say, at least 200 calories of effort right now. So my heart rate is at 128, and I don't even know if that's a good zone. I guess that's another thing for me to learn. I know somebody's told me before what my zone should be, but I don't remember. Oh, this is hard to look at. Well, I don't think it went to a different screen. There we go. Okay, oh, right there. 24 calories. All right, so let's pick up the pace. Get some more bouncing in. Let's see what it's going to take. Still keeping my moves gentle and smooth. I like a lot of side-to-side motions. I don't know if you noticed that when you're watching my videos. But I like a lot of side-to-side stuff, because as I was working to get my calves and my feet to adjust to rebounding, it helped just have that moment off of the rebounder. It was like, oh, a little bit of a break. And so I started to build this up. I don't know what I'm doing now, but I kind of like it. Bouncing deeper in, lifting my leg. I've also started doing more leg lifts when rebounding, because I've been watching some other videos, not even of rebounding, but of people who like sit in the chair and then lift their legs inward towards their body, like this motion. I'm like, it works in a chair, can it work while rebounding? Or I just see different people doing different things that they call targeted ab workouts without just crunches. So that's what I want to do, is I want to keep doing moves like this, or the leg kick where I'm bending down into my ab. Yeah, and the side to side ones, all of those helping with the tummy. Beat up the tummy. Love the tummy. Reduce the tummy. That's a better way to say it. I don't want to say I'm going to beat up my body anymore. Oh, and I've also been seeing it's a lot in the arms that I move. What I'm trying to say are the arms that I move, I do because it's balance for me. It really does help me to balance. I don't know if I guess I could track a workout with and without arms, so that I think that would be really hard for me to not move my arms. But for me, the arms is about coordination and balance. And why not? Like, shouldn't my arms feel like they're doing something? And you have lymph nodes in here, lymph nodes in your throat. So I'm like, and are there some in your chest? But anyhow, I know there's some in my throat. because I went to the hospital one time. I was very sick, and they said your lymph nodes are so swollen, and so swollen they're just like full of all the badness. That's as technical as I'm gonna get. And they were like, we've got to work on draining your lymph nodes. But then I've had lymph node issues in here, and anyhow, and the masseuse having to work through that. So those are where I know that they are. So why not move my upper body too, to help get the movement in my body flowing? But anyhow, going back to what I was seeing, I've been seeing these videos popping up, and most everyone who's doing it is of Asian descent. And they're saying that. I'm not labeling them. They're saying it because they're saying this is a part of their Asian heritage, Eastern culture, medicine, right? And they're doing these exercises. They're like things I'm doing with my arms here. And they're doing these different movements with their arms and saying that it does certain benefits for your overall health, for your body. So I like that. So I have a video that I want to plan and come up with where I'm going to show you different arm movements and what the research is saying that arm movement does versus me just swinging my arms wild and crazy. Maybe we will come up with some plans for our arms. For those of you who can move your arms, I understand if you need to hold the support bar, totally cool. Okay, getting some more knees in here. How are you feeling? Are you feeling warm? So like, it's morning, a little bit later than I normally work out. It's the weekend. I also couldn't sleep well last night, so I was up at least 2 hours past my normal bedtime, trying to fall asleep because I was hot. I had two box fans coming at me at different directions, the ceiling fan on. The air conditioning is set as low as I'm going to go. We tried the air conditioning lower in this house, side note, and it froze the air conditioner. So I was like, okay, I won't take it so low anymore. But anyhow, I was still so hot. And I think I need an air conditioner like for my bed. Have you seen those? Or like, you stick it in and it blows cool air. It keeps your bed like super cool. Because I don't want the window unit, which the house that I live in now, the windows are open out instead of up and down. So I can't have it anyhow, but I would like an air conditioner in my bed. I think we're supposed to get rain tomorrow and break some of this heat. So anyhow, but right now, that's why I'm bouncing over here and why I was up late and why I ended up sleeping in and having a slower start to my day. Are you feeling the bounce when you push in? Get a good bounce in, because it's not so much about the tap. It's about the other foot that's bouncing while the foot is tapping. You can add in some arms. Sometimes I just like to come like here and check in with myself, because I'm not thinking about where my body is now. I'm thinking about what it's becoming. I feel my new body when I'm working out. That's what I'm envisioning. I'm envisioning what you are seeing. It's not probably what I'm going to see when I look back at the video. And because I imagine that you are seeing a tighter, firmer, stronger version of myself that is leaner. And so when I'm here, I'm imagining what that feels like to have that waist sinking in. So right now, where I'm at, I've not shared my intimate details with you on my measurements, on my weight. I just told you big picture stuff. And I'm good with that. Really, yeah. But what was I watching the other day? I was watching something. They were like saying a woman's measurements, 36, 20 something. It was in the 20s, because I was like, what? And then like 36, for the hips. And I was like, okay, I don't know what those measurements are. There's like, so like not where I'm at. And once again, I'm not judging those measurements or where I need to be as setting a standard, but I know that I could at least take off 10 inches through here based on where I'm measuring now and feel so much better. So when I think about inches lost, I'm not just thinking about the 100 pounds I want to lose. I mean, I was thinking about the inches lost and how I'm going to be able to wear different things, and it's going to look different when I put my clothes on. Those things matter. All right, let's check in. I'm doing on my calories. It better not be fat. 122 total calories, and I'm about 10 minutes in. All right, so let's add in a little bit more bounce. Sorry if this ends up being a little bit longer video. I'm trying to hit this goal. I'll pick up the pace a little bit so I can hopefully get there sooner. The other thing is I want to see, this doesn't do it right here. I don't want to change the screen because it's hard for me to read this small and bounce at the same time. But what it did the other day is I noticed, I was like, I bounced before my walk, which I don't normally do. And so hardly any steps taken, just moving around the house. And it had already shown that I'd walked a mile. And I was like, that was all the rebounder. And it's not like this. I do not like walking in place on the rebounder. It's all my steps. Otherwise, all the other movements I'm doing are counting towards my step goal. So I like that too. Because let's buy into bouncing, right? Let's do the bouncing that gives us the steps, so we can get our steps in even when the weather's gloomy or hot or cold or whatever. Let's do bouncing because it gives us some cushion. Yes, because you're not just getting the tension and the resistance that's working your muscles in a different way than when you walk, but you're getting comfort. The ease of this and how it moves and how it feels in your body is different, because so many of you have written in to share with me there are things that you can't do out there. When I'm like out there, like the road or other physical activities that hurt you for whatever reason, but you can bounce. There was somebody, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember names, and especially not usernames on your YouTube account, but there was somebody who wrote in, and I think it was her brother had fallen 3 stories. Am I right in saying this? Like, it was a big high point and hurt a lot of things. And it hurt for him to walk, but he could rebound and get in without the pain, you know? And I don't know what he's doing and how he's doing it, but the point is he's able to do it. And some of you have arthritis in your knees and pain in your joints and your lower body. You just feel heavy. Maybe you don't even like just being seen out walking, and you can bounce and you can feel better. It hits your feet in different ways. Some of you have feet issues, and I don't want a diagnosis on mine. I just want to work on finding natural remedies and healing them without labeling myself. So I refuse to attach a title to how my feet feel. But I'm telling you, I wear these shoes that are a pretty penny, but they really give me good support in my feet for walking. However, I can still have these on and my heels can still get icky. And the other day I was walking backwards, because when you walk backwards, you know, it uses different muscles in your feet. And I was like, oh, okay, this is exhausting on my calves, but it's taking the pain off of my feet so I can finish this walk with my dog. And because I was getting the pain back in my foot for some reason. And I have been rolling out using the ball, a therapy ball, while I'm working at my computer and just sitting here and rolling out one foot, rolling out the other foot, and just keep going back. And it's, oh my, it helps so much. It's so simple. I've also had a therapist tell me to freeze a water bottle, you know, that has some, like some of the cheaper water bottles have like grooves in them. They're not just totally a smooth water bottle, like the mold of the water bottle, that's what I'm trying to say. And so when you freeze it, that groove of the ice rolling along your foot feels good. And you know what? I think the ice benefit of it would feel good. So I have not tried that. Have you tried that or the ball? But the ball right now has been helping a lot. But I should try the water bottle. I know I've seen empty water bottles around my house sometimes. I don't buy them. Other people buy them. All right, let's check. Come on, wake up. 178 total calories. So about 30 more to go. And we'll wrap this up. My 200 calorie workout. Now, of course, you got to do you and check what you're going to burn in your amount of time. But I think achieving 200 calories here, I can do 200 calories on like a, what did I walk the other day? I think it was about a half-mile walk, I guess. Is that right? I can't remember. Maybe it was my mile walk. I do one route. That's exactly a half a mile. I do one route. That's exactly 1 mile. And no, it's not just doubling the other one, because that to me would be boring to do the same half a mile twice. But I've had to come up with a different mile routine walk the other day, because I went for my normal walk, which is around another pond that's even bigger and just so pretty, and I love it. It's got a lot of shade, which I also am excited about this time of year, but it was like a swarm of mosquitoes. And I went back and I wore bug spray, and it did not help because it was swarms. It was not like little bits, it was a lot of bits, and they were vicious and they were just attacking me. So I've been walking a different pathway, and which is also right about 1 mile exactly. I get down half a mile, turn around, come back, and it works. Okay, you think we're close? How long does it take to burn 30 calories? Oh, it just did it. Okay, so it's like, and do you notice on your Apple Watch it gives you 2 numbers? I'm reading total calories because right now it says 203 total calories, and it says 157 active calories. So which one is it? I'm going with total versus active, and I will call it a day and be done. Although I'm really impressed. I've been talking and chattering on with you this whole time, and I'm not too winded. This is huge improvement from where I was before. And I'm not overly tired. So also a huge improvement. Are you tracking your benefits as far as the other things that you're experiencing, like stamina, like windedness, being less windy, I guess is what we're trying to say, your ability to move, your coordination, your comfort level? Are you tracking all of these different factors? Because these matter. Not just the inches, not just the weight, but how you are feeling matters. Should be tracking all of that. Okay, let's see. 216, 166. Which one is it that is counting what I'm doing right here? Because I put on this watch right before I got on. So it's not like it's full of a bunch of other calories from other things. I just put it on and just started it. So all these calories are coming from what I'm doing right here. Feeling good. Feeling good. Okay. Bye. I went all the way. I went all the way. I went 22 minutes and 45 seconds. And I got 205 active calories, 268 total calories. So I got it all in. In case one of you comes back in the comments and says it's total, it's active, not total, that matters. I want to make sure I had them all. So I did it. Either way, I did it.